What's happening, everybody? Welcome into the NBA Top Shot Halftime Hangout. Game 3, NBA Finals. How do I get this music off? There we go. I thought it was going to fade out. Didn't work out. Game 3, NBA Finals. Curation didn't here. Coming at you. Great day. Giveaways. We got a golden Top Shot basketball. We got a Top Shot t-shirt. We got rare packs live in the app right now. If you don't know, now you do. You better hustle over. There's a very limited quantity available. So run over there, get your packs. While you're getting your packs, Austin, we got a game to talk about here, man. This series shaping up to be, I mean, I don't want to call it an instant classic. We're in game 3. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But it's looking like a good one. 53-48 Nuggets at halftime. On the Heat go and steal one last game. I think at halftime, you and I both were like, we felt like the Nuggets were gonna take this one. No, the Heat pulled a Miami Heat, and here we are. Nuggets up at half. I'm not even sure they should be winning this game. What are your takeaways so far? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing for me is really I'm just so grateful that this is turning out to be the series that it is. Yeah, maybe premature to call it an instant classic, but so many, like myself included, just kind of thought Denver would just continue to be this unstoppable force that they've been, and that Miami's sort of Cinderella run would run out. But if we've learned anything since, we were at halftime of game 2, that Cinderella story is not going to end anytime soon for the Miami Heat. Changed the sort of face of the series, tying the series 1-1. And we're seeing it again in the first half of this game. Miami has just been it's impossible to keep this team down, even with a game from, we saw Jimmy getting involved early in this one. I think he had 10 points in the first quarter, but it's not been Jimmy Butler out there, but they've been managing to keep close in this game, surviving some hero ball from Jamal Murray, because that's just what this Heat team is. And it's just so fun to be able to see that. Because you just know you got all snap.
Sorry. Packs are sold out. I just had to announce to everybody real quick. Packs are sold out. Hopefully you got one. Sorry, Austin. Didn't mean to interrupt you like that. You were on one there. And I agree with everything you're saying, but it's also funny that you're talking so much about the Heat and they're down 5. But it feels like they're playing well. They have the Nuggets sort of where they want them, but here we are. Jamal Murray coming out at half, 8 for 13, 3 for 5 from 3, 20 points and 4 assists. And we saw Jokic score 41 last game and the Nuggets lose. It's not the first time we've seen that this playoffs. There's been a couple times that he's had
0-3 in games where he's dropped 40.
And that's crazy, right? Normally that's not the case when your best player goes off like that. But you see that this Nuggets team is at their best when he is dishing, when Murray is going off. That is when this team's at their best because it unlocks everything they do. You talk about the Miami role players and who's it going to be tonight that steps up. It's a little bit like that with the Nuggets as well. They do it by, they don't have one guy that can necessarily go off for 30, 25, like kind of like the Heat do, but they kind of do it by committee. And I guess we're trying to see that tonight, but not really. Like, who's it going to be for the Nuggets? Who's it going to be for the Heat? Who's going to go take this game? Is it going to come down to the stars or is it going to come down to the role players? I don't really know how to feel about this series right now. It's still so hard to get a grasp on it.
Yeah, it really is. And I think there was a graphic just on the broadcast that at one point Murray and Jokic had sort of either scored or assisted on 40 of the 45 points. And I believe it. Like I'd have to, Jamal Murray has 20, 8 for 13, like you said. And it's not just the sort of volume of the points. It's like when he's like scoring them, he's stopping runs. He kind of silenced that Caleb Martin, personal streak that he had. Caleb Martin goes nuts. The crowd's going crazy. And then Jamal
all 8 points, all of his 8 points in that little run right there.
Oh my God. It was, it's just popping off at the Casillas or whatever they are now. And Jamal Murray, it's this like kind of tough 18-foot fadeaway. And because he's just like, I love seeing Jamal Murray just engage in the playoffs. So it's just been awesome to see that.
So for the Heat, would you agree with this? For the Heat to win this series, they need to get that Jimmy Butler, the Jimmy Butler that go wins a game. Do they need to get him in one of these games? And then for the rest of the games, do they need a role player a Game 7 Caleb Martin, a Gabe Vincent to do his thing one of these games? Are they just going to have to get one of those 3 more times the rest of the series to win this series? Is that what it's going to require? We're seeing the series Bam is already putting together. I mean, the dude's been great. He's having his best series of the playoffs so far, 13-10 in the first half here. And a lot of people thought he was just going to be so outmatched by Jokic in this one. And he's holding his own. And I know these are offensive numbers that we're talking about, but you got to give credit to Bam.
Yeah, he's making Jokic work, and that's one of the things we sort of wondered about. Like, how can you even stop Jokic? No one really expects anybody to, but one thing you can do is sort of make him work, and by attacking him on offense, and that's what Bam's done. Can Miami win this series without crazy Jimmy Butler heroics? Like, we just haven't seen that. We haven't really seen that in game 1, not in game 2. I wondered if we'd see it here, and especially early on when he kind of got those early points. Like, but yeah, like, I just don't know that it would be enough for them to stop the inevitability of this Nuggets team, unless we start seeing that. Like, I mean, if you were to pick the Finals MVP, if the Heat won today, like, it wouldn't be Jimmy Butler, which is just so bizarre given his run. So I think, it's one thing for Miami to stay close with the Nuggets. A lot of stuff broke right for them in game 2, just by how, like, Duncan Robinson and Gabe Vincent started that fourth quarter. Like, are you going to get that, for 4 wins in the series? And I don't know that you will. Like, Miami has been defying expectations every step of the way, no doubt. But a lot had to break right for them to be in this position where it's 1-1. So I think if Miami wants to at least be confident about actually winning the series, I think you're going to have to see it a little bit more from Jimmy.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, he's taken 16 shots in the first half, so it feels like maybe he's trying to be that guy. Maybe it's a long playoff road, I mean, it's a lot to ask out of a superstar, so he needs those guys to a degree, and especially when he's not, he's not exactly the shot maker like Jamal Murray is. He can't just get it off whenever he wants, from 30 feet. That's not the type of a player he is. So in this series, when it's going to be physical and we're in the finals, and they're going to be locked in on Jimmy, and they're going to do everything they can not to let him be that guy. But it's interesting to me, this series and where we're at. And I mentioned, like, not being able to have a grasp on it yet. It's so strange. It really feels like we might have a long series on our hands. I don't know why it feels that way. Maybe it's because we're here at halftime, and I'm thinking, like, watching that game, I'm like, Miami's ahead. They really haven't. I mean, they've been ahead here and there, but mostly Nuggets have been ahead this game, and it doesn't feel like they're winning the game. Yeah. So it's going to be, this is a big second half here. I mean, a huge second half. I don't think it's a must win for either team, but it's a huge advantage of a win. Yeah. So I'm really interested to see what comes.
The team that wins game 3, when it's a 1-1 series, wins the series like 80% of the time, which is crazy to think, right?
I wonder what those are when that team is like the road team. I wonder how much those numbers change there.
That's true. Yeah. What happens when the team is defying, the laws of physics to do what Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat have done? The math probably doesn't work quite the same, but
that's right. That's right. I mean, I was thinking that during that first half too, and stick around, by the way, because we're about to get to these giveaways and you'll have your shot. There's 62 people here in the chat right now. All you'll need to do is drop your Top Shot username in there, and we will, you'll be eligible for these giveaways. But I was thinking about that in the first half, about if they win it all here, this is an 8 seed. Yeah. Like, we have to continuously remind ourselves of that. Like 99, the 8-seeded Knicks in the lockout season made the finals. This isn't a lockout season. Yeah. This isn't that. They were in the play-in game. They almost lost. They almost got booted from the play-in game. They lost their first play-in game. They almost lost to Chicago, who had them down by like 10 in the fourth quarter. They came back and won, and here they are in the finals.
Yeah, it's insane, and I feel so. I just don't want us to take it for granted what is happening. Like, that Knicks run is still feels like magical to me, and they didn't even win, and I think they lost in 5. I don't think they got swept by the Spurs, but it wasn't competitive finals. Mm-hmm. But on the other hand, Miami being the team that they are, being in the finals, 3 years ago, Miami is good and the core is intact. So the feels kind of like that Houston Rockets team that after they won the title in 94, and then they were back in the playoffs as a 6th seed in 95. But that's the whole Rudy Tomjanovich, like never underestimate the heart of a champion. Like it kind of just feels like a great team that sort of fell off that perch, but is now just reminding people that, hey, they're still a great team. So I don't know. It's just a pleasure to follow this story so far.
Yeah, I mean, if any team was going to do it, this is the one, right? With Jimmy Butler. It just makes sense the way he speaks about his team and his teammates all the time. And then probably the best coach in the game right now in Eric Spoelstra. You mentioned game 2, the adjustments that he made in that game kept it simple. They ran the same play, like every single play in the fourth quarter, and it worked. Yeah. But Michael Malone's a great coach himself. So you're seeing those adjustments come on the other side. So man, this is going to be a great second half. So with that said, let's get to these packs. Let's rip them. Let's give them away. I'm going to let you take this first, Austin.
All right, let's go.
If you didn't get a pack, here's what you missed out on. And I don't mean to rub salt in the wound here, but these are guaranteed rare packs. There is a Nikola Jokic video game numbers in here, a Tyler Hero for the win, and a Jamal Murray for the win somewhere in this pack. I believe that's how this works, and the rest are commons. Austin always starts in the corners.
So. Well, let's rip them. Yeah, the only way to open your packs, start in the corners. We got Terrence Davis. You know, I don't want to keep people away from the third quarter here, so let's just watch this one time. There you go, Terrence Davis.
30 plus points for Terrence Davis. I think we ripped him in our last pack.
Yeah, looking familiar. All right, we have Usman Garuba. Okay.
Sneaking in the spotlight set, Usman Garuba with the 3 ball.
All those threes. He was hitting early in the season.
Yeah, I think he started the season like something like 6 for 7 from 3, and it was just a delight to all Rockets fans. You know, and they didn't have a lot to cheer for this year, so let's just celebrate while we can. And this is the best moment you're going to get in this pack right here. Aaron Wiggins for the Thunder.
There you go. Oh, snap.
Fun play right here.
I love it.
Aaron Wiggins, probably a relatively unknown player across the league right now. Someone to watch out for. He's a good player. You just opened your rare.
Oh, snap.
You got the Murray.
There we go. Started in the corners. It forsakened me. Let's watch this. This is
yes. Anytime a moment starts with a jump ball,
you know it's gonna be good.
You got
there. You go.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there's the clamps. There's the Jamal Murray clamps. He's so feisty. What a feisty competitor. Okay, well, it's gonna sting a little bit to part with my fellow Canadian here, but happy to give this one away to a lucky collector.
I won't tell anybody. Back at the office that if you want to keep this one.
There you go. All right. Okay.
Great shot of the clock right there. Love it. Last 2 commons. Ooh.
Let's go.
Ooh, look at you getting a rookie.
TSD, let's go.
That's what I'm talking about.
There we go. He was so good in the second half of the season.
He really was.
Utah Jazz narratives were like all over the place this year, and it's easy to sort of to have not caught that. But I think he averaged like 14 points a game after the All-Star break or something. Excited to see what.
And like, look at the athleticism there. I think that's something that a lot of people didn't realize that he had, and he's not just a 3-and-D guy. I think he can do some other stuff. It was kind of weird the lack of playing time he got early, and maybe it's because he was just like, oh my god, look at you, you're running hot over here. Another rookie.
The rookie TSDs. Let's go. Okay. All right.
Sort of Mark Williams breakout game. When he first started getting a lot of playing time, and he really crushed the Thunder this game. I remember this one very vividly, and they beat the Thunder, and a large part behind his performance as well.
17 and 13, 7 for 7 in this one. And it's right around this time that the Hornets were realizing that they could just trade Mason Plumlee to the Clippers.
I think that I can run this giveaway bot, and I think it'll roll a user as long as they're active in chat. I think they're going to be eligible for this giveaway. I'm going to try it. I messed up last time, and I'm sort of a doofus. I might have messed up setting it up again, but let's give it a roll. I'm going to roll it right now.
All right.
Boom. Moment Collectors has won the giveaway. Congrats to Moment Collectors. You win all of Austin's moments here. Moment Collectors, drop your Top Shot username here. If we have a mod here, please write that down or we will come find it. My turn. Let's pull you off here. And here's my pack. And we'll be giving this one away too. So stick around, be active in chat, and you'll be eligible for this. Here we go. Someone's got to pull the Jokic video game numbers. We haven't yet.
We pulled the Tyler. We both pulled the Tyler Hero in these packs.
Oh my god! I just opened the rare first accidentally.
Let's go!
Oh my god! We get the same packs.
We are synced. I think it's because we spend like 10 hours staring at each other on Google Meets all day. But everything. We're synced. I love it.
I did get a better serial. I think my internet's really struggling right now. Just struggling to load everything. So apologies to everyone there. But I won't make everyone watch this moment again. I know we're excited about the giveaways. We're excited about second half. So let's cruise through the rest of this pack. 1995. I bet someone on this chat was born that year. TJ McConnell. Great moment here. Vortex parallel. Staring at the left hand. Huge performance. Another guy that came on strong late in the season for the Pacers, which he's going to come on strong for any team he plays for, right? Ooh, look at the serial. Wes Matthews, clutch bucket.
Early on, we got a contender. I mean, we thought the Bucks were a contender. Signing a vet, familiar vet, and he makes an impression early. Love it.
Look at these serials I'm grabbing right now. Tim Hardaway Jr. I know he's going to be in some trade talks this summer. Lots of noise around the Dallas Mavericks right now. Tim Hardaway, a steady shooter, though. I'm sure plenty of teams out there would be happy to have him if Dallas isn't. We talked a lot about Bol Bol today, actually. What a season. Breakout season for Bol Bol.
Oh, yeah. It's just fun to see him get that opportunity to really kind of show what he's doing. I love Orlando as a fit for young players. It just kind of feels like where young guys can kind of go the pressure, a little bit less pressure, and just really, show those parts of their game that people are excited about. I'm half talking about Markelle Fultz here, but certainly this is Bol Bol
finding a way to get to Markelle Fultz.
Well, yeah, that's 6 degrees of how quickly can Austin.
No, and they feels like they really let him be him too, which was cool. Trey Jones, the guy to look out for the Spurs going forward as well. They're a young team. He's going to have a big role on them next year, as he did this year.
Yeah.
Did I get an abnormal amount of parallels here in this packet? Yeah. It sure feels like I did.
Rigged. I love it.
All right, let's roll this. Let's see who's going to get this pack.
Can
can
you picture Bol Bol in this Nuggets rotation during the finals?
Oh my gosh.
Would have been wild, right?
All right, here's the roll. We need a drum roll, but we don't have one. Cody Lynn Hara. Congrats, Cody Lynn Hara. Got his full name in there just so no one mistakes who he is. I respect that. Cody Lynn Hara, share your Top Shot username. Boom, already shared it with us. Look at that. He's on top of it. Congrats. Let's roll 2 more. Okay. Top Shot Golden Basketball, Top Shot t-shirt. Let's do the t-shirt first because the Golden Basketball, that's the grand prize, right?
That's true. I'm still trying to get my hands on one of those.
Good luck to everybody. Here we go. Ooh. And did I have it? There it is. Mark DJ. Mark DJ wins the giveaway. Congrats, Mark DJ. Reach out with your Top Shot username. That's for the t-shirt. And now for the grand prize, the Top Shot Golden Basketball. If you haven't seen these, they're sweet. Someone's got to point them in the direction and show them. We don't even have one. It's not fair. We need to go.
We're trying. Not for a lack of trying.
And here we go. And ForceCom wins the Golden Basketball. I saw ForceCom active in the chat earlier. Happy to get just a frequent in the chat. That beautiful basketball. So appreciate everyone coming out today. Congrats if you're a winner. Be sure to drop your Top Shot username if you haven't already. Enjoy the second half. Thanks for hanging with us. Maybe we'll do it again. Maybe we won't, but odds are we will.
Absolutely. Yeah. Enjoy the second half of this very pivotal game 3. Like I said, winner of game 3 in series that are 1-1 wins the series 80% of the time. We might be watching the do or die finals 24 minutes. Let's go.
Sounds like a prediction. See you guys.